Hi everyone. A couple days ago I made a tutorial for how to make double half caps, which are useful for making footprints like this, which is a circle base inside of a double peak down ring of a 3x3, and this 2x2 inside of a 5x5. So you can make some pretty cool stuff with this. However, in my opinion, the biggest flaw and weakness was that you had to floor stack. So floor stack, it's in itself just sort of impedes a base. It makes it a bit less expandable. It's always annoying to have to floor stack at the start, and with this it was kind of especially bad, to be completely honest. So if I'm making just the front of a circle base right now, but to do this you essentially would have had to make a floor stacked part here and leave it wood because you have to destroy it later, which is kind of an issue. So then I would do the pattern later once you're ready, but the problem is you have to break this. And also, any dickhead who wants to come up and break that has just screwed your entire base if you were planning on making this footprint. So because of these issues, I decided to mess around in a build server for a few hours and try to find a freehand method that works even after the base has been placed, with everything down in the starter and no compass crap, no floor stacking. It comes with its own floor stacking, and I just want to make this fully expandable so it can actually be potentially viable. So to do this, you're going to start with 3 triangles and 2 squares. These can be any material you like. I'm just making them stone because I got the B grade on, you know. Anyways, you're then going to put another low wall on the right here and make it wood because we're going to need this crease here that my cursor is on for later, for lining up. Then we're going to put 2 more low walls here. Again, these can be any material. And we're just going to hold W while looking at the low walls. Then we're going to delete the low walls, and we're going to pull out a staircase, either or, L or U, doesn't matter which. Then we're next going to line up those 2 staircase steps that you can see poking through. One, the bottom one with that crease I was showing earlier, and the top one with the top of that, the low wall. So the higher you make it, the larger the difference in your floor stack is going to be, and the lower, the less distance you're going to be. So I've found it to be pretty much anywhere in here is like a sweet spot where you'll get not too big of a gap, but also not too small, so that it won't place. So once you've gotten your rungs set up, you're going to then move the left of the staircase to line up with that low wall. And so I can see that if you look at that, I can still see a few pixels of the low wall, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to move it a little more to the left again. Nope, that's still not right. And like so. That looks good. So I can see it's good, and yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Then I'm going to press a bind that turns my rest sensitivity to 0. I'll put the bind in the description for those who are curious, or who don't already have one, as it just makes it a bit more consistent, and I won't fuck it up as much, and it's really not a detriment to how long this will take. So then I'm going to press that bind, I'm going to stand up, and being careful to only press W and S, I'm going to pull out a foundation. Doesn't really matter, you can move your cursor right now, whatever. See, I'm moving my mouse a bunch, nothing happens. You can move your cursor while you're in the building plan. It's just not, you can't move your character. So I'm going to press W until I'm up here, and then when you're here, you're going to move around until you see the square get sort of in a lock position as it's turning red and not. So it's kind of similar to how you would floor stack, where you can get you get it so that you move a tiny bit and the foundation stays the exact same, where you see it sort of lock in place. So I'm just going to place that. I'm going to press another button to turn off the bind, and then I'm going to destroy all these foundations. Then I'm going to place back like so. The pattern basically reverse, just because I want 2 squares here. But if you were to use 2 squares here, or a square here and then triangles, it would get you the same distance. Then I'm just going to build the rest of the footprint like normal. all the walls, just to show that real quick. as you can see, it is a pretty perfect floor stack gap. You can, of course, make that smaller, but I don't want it too small because otherwise I won't be able to place this. So yeah, and you can still run over it, of course, which is ideal for peaks, since I have a couple double peaks for this. So those who want the peak down layer, check out the other video and like skip to. I'll put some timestamps in the description for if you want to see a peak down layout. And yeah, I think this can be applied to pretty much anywhere you want to have half gaps. I'm still working on a way to try to connect the TCs of both of these, as right now you require an external TC to keep your ring with building privilege, of course. So that's not ideal, if I'm being completely honest. I would like one where you could have single TC as an option. So keep an eye out for that, those interested. Thank you for everyone watching. Hopefully I will be back with something else cool. Later, y'all.